Hello everyone, welcome to J Crochet. I am Reggie and today I wanted to show you everything that I got at the Fiber Festival in Ghent. I visited it a few weeks ago with Catherine from Cat's Eye Catchers, and I will link in the description box below the video of the Fiber Festival. If you guys haven't watched it yet, you should head over and see. We had a lot of fun there. So today I wanted to share with you everything that I got at the Fiber Festival and talk a little bit about some of the companies that we've met there. There were a lot of smaller businesses and also bigger companies that showed their stuff there, and we had a lot of fun talking to the owners of the different companies. They were actually there. They could actually answer questions about the yarns in their collection. So it was very nice to communicate face to face, hear the stories behind the businesses, and I wanted to share some of those with you. The first thing I wanted to share with you guys is a very special yarn that I came across, and it was sold by a company called Greener Wool. Now, I will link their website in the description box below. They are based in Belgium, but they ship worldwide, and they have only sustainable yarns in their collection. They sell only sustainable yarns from different companies. They also have their own brand, and they also accommodate other brands, but only ones that sell sustainable yarns. So the yarn that I wanted to share with you guys is this one. It is called Plassat, and it is a French company, and that is the yarn. It's called Biologic. It is 100% cotton. Now look at this yarn. This yarn, you would never think it's cotton. It is soft as a cloud. It is so soft that when Catherine and I first touched it, we did not think it's cotton, and we had to actually look 3 times at the label to be sure that it is indeed 100% cotton. This does not feel like cotton. This feels like cashmere. So much so that when we spoke to the owner of the company, we told him he should actually sell these as vegan cashmere, because that's what it feels like. You cannot believe that this is cotton. Now, these come in balls of 50 grams, 125 meters. They are a medium or worsted weight yarn. You can see the construction of the yarn. You can see it has this amazing halo. It is chain spun, which gives it even more softness. And it does not look or feel anything like cotton, but it is 100% cotton. So for those of you who always look for good wool substitutions, this yarn, I cannot tell you how excited I was about it. So at the fair, they didn't have many colors, but I got these 3, which I thought looked very nice together. There is this this pink one, the mint one, and the gray one. And I thought I would make something combining all 3 of them together. Between the 3 of them, I have enough to make a beanie and cowl set, which I'm pretty sure is what I'm gonna end up making with these. I cannot wait to see what this feels like when you wear it. Does it also behave? I mean, you get all the good qualities of cotton with feel of, yeah, I don't have any other word to describe it other than cashmere. It's so soft. It's like, it's cloud soft. And seriously, I only have good things to say about this yarn. Of course, we had to ask the owner of the company how they make it. He could not tell us. Which I thought was very funny. He said, yeah, it's magic. They make magic in the factory. And to be honest, I'm totally fine with that explanation, because if this yarn is magic, then, you know, just keep it coming. It's amazing. So once again, I will link down below the website for Greener Wool, and I highly recommend that you all go and check out the website. They sell a lot of BC Garn, which is another sustainable yarn company. They sell Plassat, as I showed you guys, and of course they sell their own brand too. Their own brand, which is very, very interesting. There's also a story behind that. They use locally sourced wool from a very, very particular kind of sheep that is only bred in that area. So it's also very, very unique. And what I really, really loved about their stand at the fair is that they had so many colors of each of the yarns. The entire range of each one of the yarns was there, and it was just incredible. The next business I want to talk to you guys about is a smaller business from a wonderful lady who does hand-dyed yarn, and her business is called Schap und Trak. Now, it is, I believe it's Dutch. It means the sheep and the dragon. And you can see the little logo there with that colorful sheep standing on the dragon. I thought it was really cute. She does hand-dyed yarn, and she has an amazing color range. I'm pretty sure we stood at her stand for about 25 minutes to half an hour, chatting with her, looking at all of her different yarns. She had so many different bases, and I really loved her color combinations. We had a really, really hard time choosing there. The first thing I chose from her was this set of minis. Sorry for the crinkling, they are wrapped in this plastic wrapping, but these are 7 minis of 20 grams each, and you can see they are these really like darker rainbow colors, which I really liked. Of course, you know, this one is my favorite, the burgundy one, but beautiful color combination. I thought it was very appropriate for fall. And it is hand dyed. It does say that there are 7 minis of 20 grams in there, and 100 grams is about 400 meters. So there's over 400 meters because we have over 100 grams in there. And it is 100% BFL. So for those of you who do not know, BFL is blue-faced licer, is a kind of sheep. And I really like working with this kind of wool. It might not be as soft as merino, but I find that it has some very nice qualities. And I really loved the colors, the color scheme of this. This is the full skein that I chose from her shop. I thought it had a very, very nice color combination. This is a DK weight, and I really wanted to take one skein of DK weight to make a beanie or something of a sort, but I couldn't really decide. I'm telling you, we stood there so long. I had different ones in my hand every time. It took me a long time to decide which one to eventually take, and I chose this one. But it was really, really hard to choose. She has an amazing color combo. I will link her shop in the description box as well for you guys who want to check her out. Amazing dye job. Like I said, she has a wonderful range, and she also has a wonderful range of fiber and a wonderful range of different yarn weights, and she also dyes raw fiber for those of you who spin. So definitely, you know, go check her out. A small local business, you know, it's always nice to support. And I got myself this hank, which at first I thought maybe, you know, by itself, I thought it would work out very nice. But then we came across the next business, and let me tell you what I found there. So the next business we came across is called Rinko Kera, and it took me forever to learn how to say the name right, and I'm still not 100% sure that I'm pronouncing it correctly. It is from Finland, and they do only naturally dyed yarn. Now it is amazing to see the range of colors that they have managed to come up with only natural dyes. And we had another very, very interesting conversation there with a lady who does the dyeing, who explained to us how the dyes, when you naturally dye yarn, the dyes can vary when you use water from a different water source, for example, because of different minerals or metals that might be found in the water, and you might get a whole other color, which was for me incredible. I don't dye yarn, so I never thought about these things, but she said, yeah, when you dye yarn with only natural dyes, it's very, like, the end result can vary with the tiniest change in water, in the area you dye, in the air, and it's amazing how many little details are into the process of hand dyeing yarn with natural dyes. So we once again had a very long conversation there about the different fibers they use and the different yarns and the different dyes and the different methods. Amazing. So here I chose this hank of yarn. This is 100% Finnish wool. So the wool that I use is all sourced in Finland. Once again, a very local to that area breed of sheep. It's really soft, but it's not scratchy or anything. But it's not cloud soft. But it's bouncy. You know? Do you see that? Look. So very, very nice yarn, which once again I thought would be very nice for winter items. So I got myself this hank, and this one was dyed with indigo. You can see the dark blue color, and I thought that it goes very well with this one. So I thought that I could combine both of them in a project. Now, since both of them are DK and I have enough, I can make myself a beanie and cowl set combining the two colors. So I'm definitely going to do that. And the sellers at the fair said they want to see me wearing the set that I made with them next year when I come. So maybe I will, if I remember until next year. But I am really, really excited to combine these two together. I think they're gonna work well together, and since both of them are 100% wool, then you don't have to like take special care with washing instructions, because the washing instructions are the same for both of them. Rinko Kera would be the one to look out for, I think, because this is really something special. This is really something that I haven't seen anyone does. I will put a picture here of the range of colors that they showed us that they are able to come up with from natural dyes only. And I think that's amazing. I haven't seen that with any other company. So yeah, I will try to find their website also and link it down below. There were many stands at the fair from local yarn shops, just regular yarn shops that sell different brands, that brought to the fair the collection what they normally hold at the store, and wanted to probably show the local crowds what they have to offer and gain new customers that way. So for me, the local yarn shops weren't that relevant since I don't live in the area, but for Catherine it was more relevant. But it was nice to see what they have to offer, even though they were mainly big brands that you can shop for online. But one of those little shops had these. These are Katja Socks Rainbow. It says socks in the box, as you can see. And what you have in here is a set of two of these yarn cakes that are identical. So each one of the cakes makes a sock, and if you work both cakes, you get identical socks. For those of you who make socks, you might know that it is a bit problematic sometimes. You get a skein of 100 grams, which you can get 2 socks out of, so a whole pair. But working the ball as it is doesn't always give you a matching pair of socks. Sometimes they will have, like, the pattern will work differently along them. So what these do is they make a perfect pair, because both cakes inside the box are identical, and you can see the different colors and what they work up like. So those are all the different options. These are 75% wool and 25% polyamide. It is super wash, and you can machine wash it on 30 degrees. And each of these boxes have 2 cakes of 50 grams, and as I've said, each of these boxes make 1 pair of identical socks. I'm not sure if there is a pattern inside or not. If there is, it's probably a knitted pattern, but you know, I design crochet socks, so I thought it would be fun to try and design with this. And another cool thing about these, they were 2 for the price of 1. So of course I chose 1 and I gifted 1 to Catherine, and we ended up, you know, paying half the price, which was really, really nice. And this is the kind of deals that you want to find in these kind of fairs when it comes to big brand yarns. So when it's local artists just showing the yarns that they have, I wouldn't expect them to really drop the price. But when it's local yarn shops showing big brand yarns that they sell, I would expect them to sell it cheaper at the fair, and I was very happy to find this specific deal. All right, the next company that we came across, I have no idea how to pronounce their name. Katsuzua. Yeah, it's probably French. You can visit their website. You can see their website on the label down there. They ran out of visiting cards, so instead they gave us these really cool project bags. So first of all, you know, I was happy. I love free gifts, especially when they are useful one, like these project bags, who have all kinds of colorful socks on them. This is so cool, and this is also the perfect size for those of you who do make socks. This is the perfect size for a sock project. So I really loved getting that little bag. And inside is what I got from that stand. They had these amazing hand-dyed cakes for only €5. €5 for hand-dyed yarn, and it's already caked up. These are 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and I took this one in that color, and then I got one more in this color. So they are similar but not identical. One of them is more blue and gray, and that one is blue and pink. And I thought that each of them can make something nice on its own, and since they were only €5, you know, you can't say no to that. I was very tempted to get more, but you know, it was a big fair and there was a lot to see, so I didn't want to get everything at once, which is why I stuck to like 2 or 3 items at each stand. So that is what I got from their stand. They had a whole box full of these. I had a really hard time choosing colors. But as you can see from the colors that I examined so far, I went out of my normal comfort zone. I love, you know, my oranges, my reds, my very warm palette that I normally go for, but this time I went for the blues, for the softer colors, for the greens. I wanted to get something a little different. But there was one thing where where I had to go with my own colors. So this is the highlight. Once again, if you have watched my video of where Catherine and I visited the fair, then you have seen that Catherine and I dyed our own yarn. The name of the stand that had that workshop is Drahtkracht. And we got to choose our own yarn base out of the whole range that they had there, which was a very big range. And each of us could choose one base, and then we could have, we had a workshop to dye the yarn ourselves. So I chose the Camelicious base, and you can see here on my bag, it says what the base that I chose was. It's Camelicious, it's 50% silk and 50% baby camel. And there's 100 grams and 800 meters in the skein of yarn. So it is a lace weight. And I dyed it myself, my very first hand-dyed yarn. Look at that. I love those tones. It looks golden. At some places, the orange did come up more and that pink, but I just love the gold. It looks, yeah, it looks like hand spun gold. I am so happy with it. So of course, when it comes to hand dyed yarn and dyeing my own, of course I went for my colors. So I used the red and the orange. They look a little different on the base because it's a camel base. So the camel was a little darker to begin with. It already had like a well, a camel, camelish color before I started dyeing it. So so the colors got, you know, a little bit of a darker yellowish twist to what they actually were. But I just love how it came out. And there are 800 meters of lace weight in here. So that is definitely a shawl in a hank, which I cannot wait to start working on because it is so soft. I cannot even begin to imagine how this will drape. It must be gorgeous. So of course, after I make the shawl, I will show you guys. But I had to film today so that I can start, you know, working up these yarns, kicking them up, trying to work with them, breaking into the balls, breaking into the skeins, and trying all of them because yeah, it's been hard to hold up on these. They are just each and every one of the pieces that I got today is just, it's calling my name, you know, start working me up. And visiting the fair gave me so much inspiration to what I can make with each and every one of them. It was a lot of fun. So really, if you are in Europe, I highly recommend. I cannot, you know, say enough how much fun it was. It takes place once a year. So, you know, if you are in Belgium around the time of year when it happens, or they also have one once a year one in Zwolle in the Netherlands. So if you live in that area, you know, visit them there. And yeah, Catherine and I got the taste, and now we have the bug, and we already started hunting for the next fiber festival that we can visit. So I hope the next time we do it, we can once again take you all with us. All right, so you know, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you will go and visit the websites. I linked them all down below for you. Wonderful selection of companies. I had a lot of fun meeting each and every one of the creators and owners, and talking to them and hearing the stories. And I hope that I have conveyed enough of the information, although it was really hard for me to remember everything. So next time, definitely when I do one of these tours, I will make sure that I film the owners once they explain about the yarns, because I think it would be a lot easier than me trying to remember all the information with all the excitement of just being there. So thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!